render that out and just see what that looks like. I'll get a little closer so I can see my bump map a little better. Alright, so again, this is just a, a quick tutorial on map channel, so it doesn't really matter what that looks like for right now. That's not what's important. So I'm going to go back up, and as you can see that I keep coming back up here to go to parent. That keeps bringing me, like, letting me go up and down the topology of the material. So right now the top is the blend material itself. If I click material 2, this is now going to be our logo, and this gives us all the parameters for the texture. So I'm going to rename this. I'll name it color logo, and I'll go into my diffuse and pick a bitmap. But I made mine a Targa, so I got to switch it. It's only showing me JPEGs. And I'll go to BAM color. And now this is what we have to do. We have to make sure that we change the map channel. That's probably the most important part of this step, is we want to make sure that it's on map channel 2, so that again it's reading the map coordinates of the second of map channel 2 instead of map channel 1. And then again, I'm going to go back up to the blend material. And then the last thing we're going to put on is the mask. So again, I'll click mask and bitmap, and then I'm going to select our mask. And now you can see that the texture came onto the material up here. It's not showing on here. It just doesn't show in the viewport, but it will when we render it. But also, we have to change the mask to map channel 2 as well, because we want it to be the same as the logo. So now if I were to render this, we can see that the BAM texture came onto the box. But we can also see that it's obviously in no sort of logical manner at all. And that's going to be the last thing that we change. So at least we know that it's working right now. So we're going to close the material editor. I'm going to open up my second unwrap. So the unwrap that's on map channel 2, I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to come up to this drop down menu, and I'm going to pick my texture. And I'm going to pick the mask just so that I can see where it ends. If I was to pick the color, remember we got rid of all that blue. I'm not really sure what we cut out, so I'm gonna stick with the mask so that I know exactly what we're cutting out. And I'm gonna select the Show Map button, and we can say I think that the logo should just be on this face right here. So again, I'll push 3 to go into face mode, and now I can see which face it is. I'm going to take the other ones that I don't want to read the logo. I'll select all of them, and I'm going to make them really small, and I'll just put them somewhere in the alpha space, like in the black, so that I know that they won't be reading any information on map channel 2. And I'm going to take the face that I do want it to read and make that bigger. And now one thing I want to make sure is I want to make sure that this is the top. So I'm going to select my edge, and so I can see that this edge is in fact my top. Sometimes it gets, if you rotate it the wrong way, then it will, then my logo would be upside down. So now you can see that my map channel 2, only this face is reading this. Let's render it. And as you can see, now it's working. Now it's only showing up on that one face, although it's a little stretched. Gotta go in face mode. It's squished a little here, so we would just bring that in a little bit. And so now we have a final a texture on here, and it got rid of these. So as you can see, this could be really useful if you're using decals or whatever. And again, if I wanted to make it more realistic and maybe make some cuts and stuff in the sticker, we can do that with, you know, a cleaner map. But this is just to show you the basic principle. There's so many things that you can do with it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and that you wound up learning something new today.